No Photoshop.
What you
No
Photoshop
Photoshop
for is to scan and arrange your hand-drawn stuff on a page. But none of the actual generated deliverables are
Exactly. We want to see handmade.
Clear?
The reason for this is that this is a way to study what have the effects of light and drawing. Before relying on the algorithm of Photoshop, we want you to experience this by hand. Then, in the next step, probably some tool will allow some computer cut. I think that's all for the Simon qualification, right? These 3 points.
So far.
Yeah. Hope so.
Questions? No questions?
Questions about assignment 1 methods? Assignment 1 methods is still week 4, which is it 2 weeks from now.
So earlier you said you've got to do one of linear centric spline.
Yeah.
So you can't do like action before.
No, you can. I'm just
Okay, so,
listen,
yeah,
3.
it's
It must be 3 different. No, you can. I thought you can. Sorry.
The
Just
clarification
make an
is,
example.
you don't do 3 complete options of linear alone, you split 3 types. So you have the same fundamental idea for your client, but 3 very different sort of arrangements based on different case numbers.
Okay.
It's the portion thing.
So just to clarify that, if you go back to the tutorial that I put on for week 1 methods, we're supposed to trace plans as a section of the building and to make a difference between architectural drawing versus technical drawing. So the section is going to be an outline that is giving us the sense of the space, and basically this is the image that I'll show you before going to the other tutorial. The architectural section is expressing the space. It's basically this one here, mostly, that tells us what is the architecture of the space. So we have an outline that is clearly telling what's inside, what's outside, what's solid, what's void. Okay? Instead of having a drawing that is not fully expressing the quality. And then the rendered one, this is a very simple one, is actually expressing the depth of space, what is void, what is the furniture, but also is the quality of the space that we are designing. Okay? So this is what I mean by ASCII rendering. There are many, many other examples. This is a super simple one. The one that I showed you by Ando in the first lecture is one of those examples that we can follow. The other thing is that we're talking about technical sections. Let me remind you this. Sorry, we're talking about sections, not about technical sections. So we're not much interested in understanding how this lab is working. This is something you will explore in technology with C, all right? But what we want to see is architectural, okay? So enclosure, spatial relationship, articulation of the space, sense of the space. So certain elements can be there, and Chin is using very, very simple ones. But the idea is that we don't go by describing, what's happening within the wall. If you remember the capsicum exercise, which I love, I'm very happy with the capsicum exercise. Those of you who were investigating how the skin is made and how many layers are there, that's fantastic. But that's particularly something that you want to do when you go and explore the project from a technological point of view. We are interested in this unit in investigating the architectural control.
All right. You have a question? Yeah, rendering the photo, like the final model. Should we have people in the space using the space?
It's not a bad idea. We're asking you to work in scale since day 1, exactly because the sense of proportion is important. And if you do the figure, yes, you have the light that is coming through, but you also have an idea immediately of how the person can perceive the lines. So that's absolutely something that is encouraged for you. Absolutely, yeah.
Maybe just something to note is that we're not talking about technical sections, but there in the Qing top right one, there is a representation of proportion. For example, suspended slab is a little bit thicker, the walls are a little bit thinner, the roof is a little bit thicker. It's just an assumption of future space. You're not really detailing what's inside now, but you can just look at that and go, those elements will define the scale of the internal proportion. So it's kind of get those ballpark.
We will get there in more detail in slide 2 when we move to 1 to 50 really representation. So this kind of notation where you need a beam that is supporting this cantilever or suspended slab is something we will certainly add once you are required in assignment 2 to introduce structure, not to govern structure calculation, but to make structure part of your design process, okay? You use structure to actually articulate the space. But this is stuff that is actually bulky sometimes, so you need to know where it is, exactly not to destroy your concept. You don't want to have a column or a beam that is other examples of renderings, and we will speak about this next week when we start to go into details about the options here for us on that. Today we concentrate on diagrams. Few things that will be very, very quick. Okay, with this diagram, number one, if you're going to have an idea, I suggest you to go and read what King says. It's 3 pages text. You're supposed to look this week. I know you didn't, so I'll stop asking. But it's very simple. In a nutshell, what is a diagram? Well, a diagram is basically a little scheme that is highlighting a particular concept that is part of your design. So number one is an analytical device. By saying analytical, it means that you're studying a particular component. Which doesn't mean that it's a particular room. It is an architectural component, say the structure, or the enclosure, right? Or the circulation pathway. So it is one of the components of the design. And that's why you need a series of diagrams to understand exactly how each particular component is performed. This means that when you set a series of diagrams, the most important thing that you want to check, to make a diagram of structure is quite easy. So it's not a big deal. You can do it in half an hour from any project. The point is that at the moment you have a series of diagrams, these probably tell you a story that actually is coherent, is cohesive, where every element is probably performing more than one thing at a time. It can be part of the structure, it can be part of the geometrical elements. So the idea is that by dissecting the house by these series of components, you understand how each system is working. But then the house really works only once you put them together and they actually make sense. So the diagram of the geometry is not in conflict with the diagram of the structure. Because you can have a geometrical pathway, but if you mark the geometry that is underpinning your design, and you put the structure everywhere, instead of putting there if you have a square, if your house is a square, right? And this is the geometry of the square. Instead to put one column here, one column here, and one column here, and I put 3 columns like in a triangular space, well, these columns are not responding to what the square is doing, right? Now, this can happen in a very complex project where you overlap things. But if you want to make sure that you want to rig the square against the structure, probably you want to put the columns here. Okay? Now, if I start to put up layers, and each diagram is actually adding one layer to your project. One is circulation, one is program, one is geometry, one is enclosure, one is context, and so forth. Then all of these layers that we use to peel the project, exactly as we use the sections in the plan to peel the space of the project, actually need to make sense. I don't go in detail, but here there's an example where you have zoning, circulation, and closure, and the same elements perform in a different way. So, for instance, the structure is located in such a way that it's not corresponding to a series of rooms as a part of the program. The program usually is understood in terms of solid and void. Solid and void can be used as a very, very simple way to express servant space, that is the main spaces, in white, and servant spaces in dark gray or in black. We will discuss this further with your tutors. Now, the same diagram can actually generate totally different results. So a single diagram, for instance, is talking about geometry in terms of rhythm and structural location, using a different technological system and generate a totally different house that is still based on the same diagrammatic principle. That is a century space that is actually overlaid on a grid that is determining all the proportions. This is a study by Collingwood, studying a villa by Palladio compared to a villa by Le Corbusier. So the diagram is not the solution to your problem, but it's clarifying certain things, but it's not giving you the result, the architectural result. Okay, it's a tool to understand where you position things in order to let them make sense. This is another way to diagram things, which is referring to the servant and servant spaces. you know, these are the service spaces or the service of the houses, the series of diagrams from Glenn Martin houses. And you can see how he's working, even though the formal solution to these houses is quite different. He has the same kind of mindset for these projects. He's locating things in such a way that they constitute points of reference. For instance, he's taking the service spaces along the series, right? He's always using, most of the time, probably in every project, there is a sense of linearity. And the linearity has moments of focus. So the diagram here is actually identifying these particular moments, which are circle space. They are not the main space where you have the usual spatial experience. You just nail it down in the composition, you know, certain distinction between this area and this area is more sequential, and you have a longer space, and you have crossing points, so it's solving all these hinges and connections by using this. So yes, they are functional spaces, but you can diagram them and to prove that they operate at a different level. Now we go through very, very quickly, and I show you the project. This is the Museum of Art, Contemporary Art in Barcelona by Richard Meier. It's this white building here. And we will go through the building by using the set of diagrams that Richard Meier uses to explain. These are the diagrams that Richard Meier proposes, and basically these are the diagrams that we are asking you to produce for your house while you design it and then present it at the presentation of week 6. Diagrams, context, program, geometry, structure, enclosure, circulation, 2 levels. Your house is on 2 levels. One is the main level with the entrance, the entry, and the other one is the upper level. And then objects, which is basically sort of figured around form, space, relationship. Now, if you look at the building and you look at the diagrams, everything seems to make sense and they are quite obvious as I said. Now, let's see what do they mean in reality. Because you don't create the diagrams before making the project, you actually do the opposite. So you need to have something to diagram, okay? Because it's always an element of the context. The building is designed in order to respond to 2 problems. One is the definition of a big piazza outside the building, as it happens in many, many historical cities with big palazzos that have the equivalent setting outside. So there is an outdoor space that is part of the building, okay? Is the public space that is anticipating the entry to the museum. There is this pathway through that connects to a secondary space that is another public space, and that's why, in this moment, there is a formal operation, the introduction of the cylinder, which is the main entry, which is part of the geometrical underpinning of the project. But it's also this bending of this wall that is allowing us to have this pathway as if we were in one of the alleys of the medieval city. So it is a completely modern building, but it is embedding a certain quality of the context into itself just to provide this experience, and it is a particular moment in the building. It's the only moment where you have actually a bending wall. It's the only bending wall, okay, except for these other free shape, okay, that is located outside the perimeter of the main wall. So this is responsive. The other thing is that the building itself is measured against another building. Simple as that. Now, this simple choice is actually determining structure, is determining lots of things, the rhythm, is determining a lot of choices. It actually makes sense. And the fact that Richard Meier brings all of these choices on this side here, on this side, basically he's taking this side, which is the size of the cloister that is behind, and he's making it visible on this side. We're proposing the same rhythm. Geometry, well, the geometry is pretty clear and neat. The geometry is really informing the constitution of the building. So you have constitution, the organization of the building. So you have the cylinder, as we said. We have this rhythm here. This is equal, but then is realign the building to a larger space, and that's why this is marked by a tracing, because here there is an exception to the rule, right? So forth in here, you can see that there is an insertion of geometrical forms that are not lined up in centers. There is a dynamics because these forms are also responding to context. They're also responding to circulation. So if you had a square and a circle, the intersection doesn't have to be necessarily here. That would be just a geometrical consideration. There are other considerations that you want to use, but geometry is a very useful tool to be in control of those spaces. And actually, guess what? They're very useful when you want to build your stuff, because you know what to trace your lines. Last but not least, geometry is the base of proportion. So if you want space to be in proportion, not only in plan but in section, it is important that you know what is the proportion of your space. So you know you need to measure space, right? And geometry is a very useful tool. Program, it's very simple. Exhibition space, lobbies, staircases, offices on this side. So there's a distinction in three parts that actually is very clear also in the way objects are shaped and the way the form is carved out by this void. So that you have part one offices, the real museum is here, and this is the surface with the restaurants and some other exhibition space in the upper floor. Structure, well, the structure is basically responding to geometry in order to make the geometry very, very clear. Okay, this is exactly what I was talking about earlier. Not all of these structural elements are visible, but you can tell that the radius is clearly marked by geometry. Okay? This is what I was talking about, referring to the bended wall. Enclosure. Well, the enclosure here is mainly obtained by a series of parallel planes. One of the things that I want to show you here, I think it's pretty clear, that there's a set of walls here that is confirming the enclosure plus this circle. In terms of enclosure, is much more open here, particularly if you are inside the building. There is a couple of pictures later on. You can tell that if you have a circle, well, how much of that cylinder you use for actually enclosing the space, depends on what you do. There's an intersection here. This is the main desk. So you enter, you have the entrance that is actually pretty fluid, so you can approach the main desk of the museum from both sides. This is clearly responding to what the context is suggesting, that you have two piazzas from which you actually approach the building. This is actually just a passage to move through the building space that is crossing the building. So you have an outdoor space that is a clear building passage. There is one thing that diagrams don't do. They're not three-dimensional. So when you talk about enclosure here, you still have to explain the things. So for instance, what's happening to the ceiling, what's happening to the floor, what's happening to the three-dimensional enclosure. Diagram is an analytical device, but it's not self-explanatory. It's a good support, but it's not enough to explain the project. Okay? So do not rely just on those. Be aware that there are limits to diagrams. One of the things that I can encourage you to do, sometimes architects do, is sectional diagram of the space. Objects. It is very interesting how, in terms of circulation, this is a ramp and this is a staircase. But there are also objects. They are treated as objects. And in fact, when you visit the building, they are presented as objects. So it's true that the ramp is a circulation space. And when you're in, you definitely go through the space. But if you look at the ramp from one of the terraces inside the building, this is clearly an object, right? As you saw in the previous slide. And it's one of the objects that is displayed here as part of the architectural experience, the so-called architectural promenade, okay, the passage out. This is the round space of the entrance. This is the desk I was talking about. So entrance circulation here is focusing on this particular moment. But of course you need images to explain better how this works in space. Right? So what I'm interested in is to see the relationship between the diagrams and your pictures of your models, your sections, and your plans. Last but not least, there is something the diagram cannot do, and it's demonstrating your aspiration to a poetic experience of the space. And for that, you need to rely on the formal articulation of your model, particularly in your pictures, and the rendered images of how you vision the space to be. So the diagrams don't speak about these things. They're there for communicating how Your concept is becoming material, how it's materializing the architecture, and to explain how it can be perceived. So the enclosure is there, but can we perceive it? The structure is there, but can we perceive it? Okay? So that's the way to say, this is what I want you to focus on. But then only the architecture that you produce and the experience that you have in space is the final point of, for verifying that this is happening in reality. And, questions?
Yeah. All the examples you've shown describe those concepts in the plan. Are we doing a plan, or what if that concept is better shown in section?
It depends on the way you actually are developing the project. I would say set of plans, possibly enclosure, structure, geometry, and objects, figure ground should always be there. But definitely, if you have a concept that is mainly developed in section, and in my tutorial we have a number of them already happening, then you produce a diagram.
Do you substitute the section for the plan?
I would say you add it.
You add it.
Can you use the color?
No. In this unit, you will not use color until you get to the photo. And if you didn't read all of this. Okay.
I knew that.
Use color, like they look at that.
You can start it with colors. You will not present it.
Not something.
You will not submit it. You are allowed to present 3 pages only in your portfolio color at the very last assignment. There is a reason for this, because you don't rely on a written, say, palette, but at the same time, this forces you to be very straightforward and say one thing for the problem.
Can the diagrams contain any form of text or annotation?
Like grayscale or something.
You can use grayscale, no text or annotation. Sections can be annotated, plans can be annotated.
Only section, right?
Okay. Plans cannot be annotated.
Plans, yes. Plans.
Or plan?
So
So
can
all plans and
use
sections
annotations.
and all plans.
No diagrams. Diagrams, the title
Oh,
is
okay.
diagram. No one's getting
Okay,
it.
so you cannot annotate the diagram.
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
So you have to choose, excuse me, you have to choose what matters in the diagram.
Exactly. That's the point.
Isolated.
That's the point. Anything that exceeds the capacity of that diagram to speak about something, don't put it there. Don't try to fill up.
The skill is to say a lot with very little, really.
Questions? Methods is very simple. We talked about how to use architectural language to design and how to say proper things without trying to say too much. It's a matter of selecting carefully what you want to say and what's the best drawing or model to produce to say that particular thing. The whole set is speaking about the project.
But can I just add one thing? This I've forgotten about analyzing civil engineers.
But you can have annotated diagrams on the schedule.
Yeah, fine. But the simple thing about this building is in order to analyze it, if this were a building you're analysing, you've got to imagine yourself in that space.
Absolutely.
If you can't imagine yourself, start to try and imagine what it means to move through three-dimensional space in reading plans. Start doing it. That's what analysis is.
I'm sorry, I will let you speak in a second, but I will never finish thanking my figures for making explicit what I just presented. When I ask you to look for further images of the house that you have, it's exactly because of this. And today I presented the experience. Well, I've been in the building, so it's my images, but certainly you can sort of simulate the experience in the building, comparing what's happening in the images, and go back and see, okay, where this is in the plan. Okay, this plane here is actually this element, right? So this form here is actually this one here. Context, I come from here, so I'm coming from here and I'm getting the sense of place. All of this is reconstituting my experience there, right? You don't have the chance to have a direct experience, but you can look for pictures and comparing what pictures tell you and where are they taken from and what they're looking at on the plan, you can actually rebuild the experience, right? In the analysis. In Studio, by using the model, you will anticipate that kind of experience. But it's absolutely essential. Thank you, Justin. I think this is very good.
So all these drawings are hard-lined.
They are.
And I would just emphasize that the way you do your line weights and your dotted lines are very, very important. This makes or breaks draftsmen.
Please, this stuff is already on Blackboard. Have a look because this can help. These, you know, you look at this drawing and say, this is very simple. Yes, it is. But the point is that it's very simple once you know what you draw. And if you actually follow, these are not just graphic conventions. These tell us how clear it is to use. Tell us what's happening on the floor, what's happening on the walls, and what's happening above you. Okay? So this is not just graphic conventions. This tells me that you have placed the structure in such a way that it's reinforcing the sense of the space you're trying to build. So even though there is not a corridor here, clearly, here at the end of the day, this is something we would like to see in assignment 2, the structure is making the corridor, it's not a wall. And the way you put furniture here is a little bit invading this, but it's making this still the primary pathway through the spaces, and it's marked by structure, and it's marked by, you know, the entrances. All of these things actually make sense. So when I do the diagram of the enclosure, it's to say I have 2 lines this way, right? But I have this opening, and this is matching with the grading of my structure, it's matching with the organization of the space. So if I dissect this simple plan with the diagrams, I will prove that everything is coherent and everything is converging to say the same kind of thing. So when I'm in the space, actually I'm not confused. I know where I am, I know what's going on, I perceive it, right? Even if I'm not an architect, I'm not a designer, I'm just using that space, and I feel oriented, comfortable. I get a sense of what this particular space is.
Can I just get one last remark?
My best to.
Okay. What Francisco is trying to tell you is very simple. When you draw your lines, they are not meaningless. You picture yourself in it, even you are tracing, you're just tracing. Otherwise, if you're just giving us all these trace drawings, what's the fun of it? You know what I mean? Every time you draw, and it'll be interesting to see someone reinterpret your line work or your drawings. So nobody's gonna look identical. Like, what's the point of doing this? We're just tracing buildings.
Yeah. Just to add on to that, there is also another thing, which is you control how we read your drawings by the quality of
You
your
guide
drawings
us.
and the lines that you make. The surface is very important. So the quality of your documents, the quality of your shape, the gradation of it, is all about you controlling how we see it, how we read it, and how you interpret for us what that spatial experience actually is.
The story of the building.
Yeah.
So nobody's gonna have the same identical diagrams and stuff. Everyone will have their own analysis, own interpretation. Get it? Alright? So it's just telling us that story. So when the drawing is alive, we will see it. You don't need to go and study the whole thing to understand the drawings. You can tell in 1 second.
And this is why when you submit, we will not ask you to speak for 10 minutes. We will probably give you a couple of minutes to see what you've done. But if it's not on the drawing, this is sound a little bit scary, but we have a number of weeks to get there, and I want to make sure that everyone can get there. The other thing that I want to add is that if you look at this, this is a computer drawing, but actually being rendered by hand, which means that at the end of the day, the vibration is what you see in the space. Now you can have the most photorealistic rendering ever done by the most sophisticated software. It's not you. Remember this. It's not you. What you see in the space, what you want to communicate, what you say, this is really important to me. Right? This is not probably even, it is very sophisticated, it is realistic in giving the sense of the shape, but it's not what's happening in reality, right? Probably the light there is going to be different. But it explains what is the structure concept, and it's anticipating the kind of experience that you have once you are in that space. And it's just a section, it's not even a perspective. Okay? So that's why it's important that you do it. And don't let the machine do it for you.